Morning Sunshines, Pokemon news time. It looks like the Pokemon Company is trying to take some action against hacks. I'll talk to you guys about that, how it affects you, how it does not affect you, and how we're going to be doing things going forward. We're also going to look at Pokemon Scarlet Violet's discount available for you all who want to get your hands on it. I'll talk about that in a sec as well. And a small update on some of the leaks for the game, because as many of you probably know by now, I've been playing this game for like 2 days, 3 days, and it's so good actually. It's a lot of fun, but there's some really interesting things to check out. Now I've already found some exploits and we'll just talk a little bit about it because I asked you guys to drop some questions for me on my YouTube in the community section so I could answer some of them for you guys the best I could. So first news, at blaines.gg, my website, you're now able to buy pre-order for Pokemon Scarlet Violet. If you go in the UK shop and search Pokemon, you're going to get your pre-orders for the digital versions of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which you can get at £49.99. However, everything in this shop does get you a 10% discount when you use code BLAINES, so you can get a nice, juicy discount off of Pokemon Scarlet Violet right now, starting today, if you go for that. That is in the UK shop, guys, so do keep in mind if you're buying something from the UK shop, it has to go for your UK Nintendo account. You can easily change the countries on your Nintendo accounts, or you can make a new one as you wish. As for now, the UK shop is the only one that has the pre-orders for the digital versions of Pokemon Scarlet Violet themselves. However, looking at the United States shop, for example, which I think is going to apply to most viewers, and it will apply to all the other countries too that are in the list here, you can get the Nintendo eShop card anyway. You can get $10, $20, $50 eShop cards here and still get 10% off by using code BLAINES as well. And then you can just go ahead and buy the digital copy in the shop anyway. So you'll still be able to get your discount that way, no matter what country you are. If you are looking at the countries, it's up at the top right. You can just see above my camera, right near the sign-in section. You go ahead and hit that and you look at the countries that are available. So keep in mind, guys, there are a limited number of countries in there. However, you will have to use the shop country based off of the country that your Nintendo account is, okay? So do keep that in mind. You don't want to accidentally not have a Nintendo account and get the wrong currency for your Nintendo eShop. Always worth checking it out, guys. There's more than just Nintendo on here. My videos are on here as well, my other socials, and some other general entertainment purchases as well you can make. Blaines.gg. So the next big news is some people asked me to cover this. This is the Pokemon BANWAVE that they've started recently. And honestly, it's not really that worrisome. There's nothing to worry about. From almost 99.9% viewers watching now, you guys have nothing to worry about. There's absolutely no risk at all. If you guys received hacked Pokemon from surprise trades or from my giveaways, you're fine. The Pokemon Company specifically said they're not going to be targeting people who received them. They're going to be targeting people who are distributing them or distributing hacks. Now that doesn't apply to my giveaways either, wonderfully, because everything in my giveaway is legal. Since a couple of years ago, we started doing only legal Pokemon, which are completely indistinguishable for any other Pokemon that you might just get in the game yourself. So they're totally safe too. They've always been safe. They're still safe. The Pokemon Company specified that they're actually going to be looking at illegal, illegitimate Pokemon, and I can show you the list of what those might be now. Any Pokemon on this list that is shiny and you have it is illegal and is running a risk for a possible ban at some point. However, a lot of people who still have these in their collection from a long time ago actually got through some of the ban waves without any consequences. So you are only running a risk. It's not a guarantee sure thing that you'll actually get banned for having shinies of these. Now these are super illegal. These are all unreleased shinies you should not have. So if you have them, you're just running a risk. The Pokemon Company isn't very good at catching every case, so you might get away with it, but that's up to you, alright? That's your decision. This is the official Pokemon site that had all the information. What they're looking at is restricting your gameplay and online stuff on the actual Pokemon apps only. So Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Home, pretty much, that's it. And that's only if you get caught distributing them, being a major actor in distributing hacks, right? So luckily for us, guys, that doesn't apply to anything on our channel. Like I said, guys, you'll be able to go on continue enjoying the giveaways just fine, as you always have been, and we have one tomorrow. We're starting on Sunday. Tomorrow's giveaway is all of the shiny baby Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So if you guys want to check that out, tomorrow there will be a new video right up here that will show you all the instructions on how you can get your hands on them. Everyone can get them. So as always, guys, there are people out there who love to spread fear about these things. There are people I call purists, people who absolutely despise the fact that I emerged with a good channel, solid growth from doing things like this, hacked giveaways and shiny exploits and all that sort of stuff. They absolutely hate that stuff. So they love spreading fear about possible people getting banned. And they actually did this well before I was even a PokeTuber, as you might very well know. Many of you guys yourselves don't pay any attention to them. They're part of the ancient history. They're old. They're outdated people. We're the future, right? This is where you get your first top tier knowledge on what's okay, what's not okay, on bans and stuff, because I've got all the experience myself. I even got insider knowledge from Nintendo's who I've been talking to last time they did a BANWAVE, which was actually ages ago. So absolutely don't worry about any of this at all. All right, so we got quite a few questions in the Q&A for Pokemon Scarlet Violet, so I'm going to go through some of them here. Let's just pick some at random because there's quite a lot here. Let's do this one here. Is there a normal breeding option? Also, how does the egg mechanic work via picnic mode? So actually, 2 days ago, I actually just did a video on that yesterday. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend you go check it out. Breeding is very much back with a vengeance. It's actually made so much easier. You are able to have a picnic and take only 2 Pokemon if you wish. 2 Pokemon that you want to make sure are breeding with each other. And Ditto, by the way, is in the game, so we will be able to do shiny foreign Dittos for everyone. You can bring those 2 Pokemon, have them in your party, make a picnic, and then go AFK. You'll be able to come back in a few minutes to loads of eggs and stockpile them in your boxes for hatching later. It doesn't take very long. You don't have to go AFK for very long to get loads of eggs. It's super convenient. You don't even have to move around. It's so handy now how they've done it. And all the items like normal for manipulating how breeding, things that happen in breeding are still there. You'll still be able to buy them in a shop in the main city. And we'll showcase you guys that with a full in-depth breeding guide when the game comes out. How accessible are the Paradox Mons and their normal variants still accessible? So Paradox is a late game, end game sort of thing, okay? As for their normal variants, you can find them around the place like normal. The normal variants, some of them are actually exclusives to Scarlet or Violet. For example, Tyranitar normal is exclusive to Scarlet. However, the Paradox version of that is exclusive to Violet. So it's going to be very interesting how they do it. You will be able to get a mix, I guess, and trading is very much encouraged for this. Paradox, again, like I said, is a late game thing. You cannot skip the game. You cannot run to them and get them. You will have to wait until later game before you can actually get your hands on those. So here's an interesting question as well, kind of about how you can do the different paths. You can mix and match. You can do all of the gyms separately, all of the Titans separately if you want. You can do one gym, one Titan, one Team Star. You can mix it like that as much as you want. However, there are some sections of the map that are inaccessible until you get all of the transport mechanics for your legendary mount. And fortunately for you guys, because I've managed to play it, I've already come across some exploits, some nice little tips that you'll be able to use to get all of the transport mechanics straight away at the beginning of the game. I got you covered, all right? All right, here's an interesting one too. Lack of scaling. So the game does not actually have scaling. The story progresses as you would expect it to progress, no matter what order you do things in. However, the scaling does not. So you'll be able to go against a low-level gym, depending on which area on the map you go. There's a couple of low-level gyms, and the gyms go higher and higher in difficulty, but it's kind of evenly done on both sides, both halves of the maps, if you want to imagine it. Imagine splitting the map in like left and right segments. Both left and right segments have a low level gym, a medium level gym, and higher, and they're kind of close in level. So you'll be able to do all 8 of them kind of like that. It's not bad. I think it's fine, actually. Does lack of scaling make... Because it kind of forces you to go do some other stuff, in a sense, so you can get some more levels and come back and then do whatever you might have been struggling with. Other than that, you might be able to do the higher levels that are way higher than you. For example, I did beat a gym that was 10 levels higher than me, but it was a decent challenge. It was okay, but it was still very doable. That was fine. So yes, you could still do things any way you want, despite the lack of scaling. As for shiny hunting your starters, I've heard so far, now this is not something I could confirm myself because I obviously haven't tried it in my own playtime. I've heard that they are shiny locked at the beginning, but you can breed for them. Either way, we're going to be doing a shiny giveaway with hidden ability for all 3 of the starters. And actually, you know, I was a Quaxley guy, but I've been playing with Fuecoco for my playthrough on this one. I'll be playing with Quaxley on the next one. And I've really enjoyed Fuecoco. He's so good, actually. He's very good Pokemon, very useful, and I feel like he might actually have turned out to be the best one. So is there any hordes or massive outbreaks for shiny hunting? Well, there are outbreaks. There are normal outbreaks in the game. It's not exactly like Pokemon Legends Arceus. And interestingly, there's another exploit which you can actually manipulate and change what the outbreaks at will. So we'll get into that soon. So shiny hunting details. I think a lot of people really want to hear about shiny hunting details. I'll actually leave that for a separate video because there's a couple of different things. The game does things a little differently and there's a few things to talk about regarding shiny hunting. So I'll keep a video for that. I might do that video tomorrow or the next day. So stay tuned, check that out, drop a sub if you want to stay on top of more answers that you're looking for your major questions for this game. Other than a lot of the other questions that were asked here, there's a lot of different overlaps, different phrasings. So I think I've answered like most of the questions that have been asked already. Are Gibble available in the games? Yes, they are, right? So there's loads of questions here, but I think I deal with the biggest ones that have been on people's minds, and I will continue to deal with them in continuing videos. So drop a sub, stay watching as well. Don't forget to get your discounts. If you guys haven't bought the game yet and you're not sure, you can definitely get the digital version with a nice juicy discount on there as well. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you guys around in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Till then, I'll see you for the giveaway tomorrow. Till then, guys, bye.